Hey traders, how y'all doing? So, a couple days ago, I made a post about the September effect, and I actually want to give you some stats on it. So, we're going to get started. Please read our disclaimers. You can pause to read these. And so now we're going to talk about the September effect. What is it? Let's take a look at some charts, the stats, and then we're going to wrap this up. So, September effect refers to historically weak stock market returns basically in the month of September. So, it's kind of really it's between August and September, depending on how the market is running. In fact, September has been the worst performing month on average going back nearly a century. So, we are going to look to see how accurate that statement is. Now, we're not actually going to go back a century, but we're going to go back some years. I posted these charts on my TikTok and my Instagram. And I asked you guys, what did it look like? So this is 2015. So this is August, September, October. This is on the QQQ. And basically, SPY or SPX, same thing, should look pretty similar. Um, so here we had a weaker month. Here, September was a great month. Then when you get to 17, a little weak. 18 a little weak. So it's not looking too terrible yet. 2019, 2020, March is when we had our pullback, but in 2020 we had a really nice pullback in September, October, and then pushed up in November. 2021 we also had a pullback in September and then pushed up October, November. 2022, 2023, we had actually 3 red months, all three. 2024, consolidation. And then 2025, we're actually still working on it. So one thing I can tell you just when looking over some of these is if you can tell, it looks like a little consolidation around this time. So that's one of the things that I saw when I had just put the boxes around that time frame. But then I went and did some stats to look at some of the years. So I have here um, 2015 to 2025. So first thing I want to look at 2023, and it's kind of cut out here, but y'all get it. They were all down. So we were in a down market. So it's not unusual to see all 3 months down. 2025 is in progress. So we do have up in September so far. And then actually October is not in progress. What's in progress is September. We haven't got to October yet. So this just gives us kind of what it looks like and what was going on. So, how often did we get a pullback in August and September and rebound in October? So, I wanted to look at this to say what actually happens. What are some things I could look at to see repeats? So, I had 2 years, 2015, 2022, where our August was down, our September was down, and then we rebounded in October. So, kind of want to see what that looked like. And then I want to know, were there any reoccurring patterns? So I kind of just did some stats. So September weakness, September closed down 8 of 10 years, all except 2019. And so far, what's in progress for 2025? We don't know yet because we still have some days before the market closes, for the month closes. October strength closed up 7 of 9 completed years, all except 2018 and 2023. We haven't started October 2025, so we don't have 10-year. We have 7 out of 9. A single month dip, September only, then up. So 2016, 17, 2020, and 2021. So those years we actually had a dip in September and then a push up in October. August dip that immediately resumed up. So September and October up. Only 2019, and then 3 straight months down was 2023. Now, this was only 10 years worth of data, which is still quite a bit of data based off the QQQ. But I did some stats also based on the SPX. So these stats are based on SPX and not QQQ. And I went back basically 25 years. It says 24, but I went back 25 years. So first thing I want to notice is the month is green up, and then we have our red down. So for August, there 13 of the months are up, 12 of the months are down. Slightly more bullish than bearish. So what that means, it's a toss up. August can be up or down. There's no rhyme or reason. September, 9 out of 16 was red. Excuse me. 16 out of 25 was red. And like I said, we're in progress, so this might be 24. So we have definitely had more red consistent months in September than we've had green. And then October is almost like August, it's a little mixed. That basically we could either reverse or we can continue down. So those are the two things there. So, key takeaway: September is still the weakest month of the year. Red 64% of the time since 2000. August is slightly bullish overall, but often sets the tone for September pullback. October is the turnaround month, historically more green than red, and often starts Q4 rallies. We've got earnings coming up, so there's your Q4 rallies. All years that are down are rare. So 3 out of 25, and they usually signal some type of crisis like conditions like the housing market crisis, dot-com bubble, things like that. And all years up tend to happen as strong bull phases and often near tops. So 3 out of 25, we had August, September, and October green, and these stats are for the SPX. So to wrap this up, money managers trim and rotate late summer, which is now, then they reposition into the year end. So you get a lot of chop in August and September. So what that means is that's why when you looked at that chart, it kind of looks like consolidation. I would either say one, you either gonna put some trades on and just let them run, or you are going to manage your trades and scale down. Expect higher chop in August, September, and be picky with entries, fewer follow throughs and breakouts. And that's what I mean. It's really choppy. So it could be a little bit more difficult to trade. This may also, we talk about taking breaks. Maybe we take a break in August and September from trading and let them figure it out and come back in October, and see, are we going up or down? October often decides a clean breakout with follow through, frequent launches, Q4 strength. A failed October bounce, like in 2018 and 2023, go look at the chart, warns of larger corrections, meaning the market can pull back more. So adjust your trading strategy, smaller position size, wider stops, scale out targets, and use spreads if you trade spreads to cushion IV swings until direction is clear. So there's all different type of ways that you can look at this and decide how you want to trade. One is, like I said, maybe September, October. That's when you take a break and you don't trade. Number two is you can still trade, but much smaller position sizes. And the reason you want to do the smaller position sizes is because you see it talks about wider stops. So I don't want to be trading very heavy and I've got to have this stop where it's going to be like a $3,000 loss. Where if I'm trading a lot smaller and I take a $200 loss or a $300 loss, that is something I can recover from. And then you got to take your profit when you get it. So, moral of the story is yes, historically, September is um, one of the consistently red months, at least on SPX over the past 25 years. So, it's 64% of the time. but you will occasionally have a up month, such as we have right now. And like I said, September's not over, so we can finish green, we can finish red. We'll see. And then don't forget, October is usually when we reverse. And like I said, I think a lot of that has to do with earnings that are coming up in that anticipation of earnings. So we're either going to pull back September, push off October, or if we pull back maybe late September, we'll fall a little into October and then maybe push off November. So once again, no matter what anyone says, that including me, go take a look at the charts. Always do your own research. I'm going to always encourage you to do that. A lot of times people have a lot to say, but they haven't done this type of research to actually quantify what it is they're trying to say. So, like I said, go look at the charts. You can see all this in the charts. There's no magic anything. All I did was add up reds and greens and do a little division. So that's all I have for you. You guys take care. Until next time.